I didn't download anything strange. I didn't click any suspicious links. But a folder appeared on my desktop out of nowhere, and inside it was a video of me sitting at my desk, typing this exact sentence. It started after a regular night shift. I got home around 1:30 a.m., dropped my bag, and powered on my laptop like I always do, mostly to scroll or catch up on messages before crashing into bed. But something was off immediately. The screen flickered once, paused on black for longer than usual, then booted into my desktop. That's when I noticed it. A new folder sat in the top left corner, labeled in all caps, "Do not open." I stared at it. At first I assumed it was a prank. Maybe one of my buddies messed with my laptop. But I lived alone, and the place had been locked. Still, curiosity beat caution. I double-clicked it. Inside there was only one file. Watch Me MP4. It was dated today, time-stamped just 10 minutes prior. I hesitated, then pressed play. The video started in total darkness, but after a few seconds, the camera seemed to flick on. It showed my room, my desk, the same blinking cursor on the same Word document I had open. Then, I watched myself walk into frame. Same hoodie, same headphones around my neck. I sat at my desk in the video, exactly how I was sitting now. Then I did something that made the hairs on my neck rise. I started typing. And the words that appeared in the video matched exactly what I was typing in real time, word for word. I pushed myself back from the desk so fast the chair tipped. The video continued playing. My on-screen self typed calmly while I stared from across the room. Then the screen in the video went black. For a second, I thought it had ended. But then a whisper crackled through the speakers. "Don't stop typing. It knows when you stop." I slammed the laptop shut. The room fell silent. I could hear my own breathing, shaky and shallow. It was just a video, I told myself. A sick joke. Some kind of webcam hack or edited footage. But then my phone buzzed. One new notification. From unknown. Message: "Why did you stop?" I didn't answer. I powered off my phone completely and backed away from the devices like they were ticking bombs. I didn't sleep that night. In the morning, I checked again. The folder was gone, completely wiped from my desktop. For a while, I tried to convince myself it was just stress, lack of sleep, maybe even a dream. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Because 3 days later, it came back. The folder. Same name, same spot. And this time, there were 2 files. One was a new video titled, "Look Behind You MP4." The other was a document titled, "Next Steps.xt." I didn't open either one. Instead, I turned off the Wi-Fi, removed the battery, and shut down the laptop entirely. Then I left. I grabbed a hoodie, keys, wallet, didn't even put shoes on. I drove for hours with no direction, just anywhere but home. I didn't even realize I'd driven back until I looked up and saw my building. I didn't remember turning the car around. The laptop was open when I stepped inside. I swear I left it powered off. The screen glowed faintly, showing only one thing. A live webcam feed of me standing in the doorway. The timestamp was correct. The delay was non-existent. I moved my hand and so did the image. I walked forward and the image followed. Only I wasn't holding anything, but the image on the screen was. In its right hand was a knife. Stumbled back, staring at the screen. My reflection, or whatever it was, didn't flinch. It stood perfectly still, the knife in its hand gleaming in the dim light of my room. But the real me? I was empty-handed. I waved again. My on-screen double didn't copy me this time. It just stood there, smiling. I slammed the laptop shut a second time and pulled the power cable from the wall. That night, I didn't sleep in my apartment. I sat in my car with the doors locked, engine running, parked outside a 24-hour grocery store. The lights were comforting. The people moving in and out gave me some illusion of safety. Around 3 a.m., I finally drifted off. When I woke up, my phone was back on. I never turned it on. A single message blinked on the lock screen. "You're still not listening." No number, no sender. I drove to a computer repair shop later that morning and lied. Said my laptop had been acting strange, maybe infected. The guy behind the counter smiled, took the device, and said it'd be a few hours. I left it there. I was halfway home when my phone rang. It was the shop. I answered. The tech's voice was low, hesitant. "Hey, you didn't tell me the folder was locked." "What folder?" "The one called Do Not Open." I didn't open it, but it opened by itself. My heart started pounding. "There's a video file in there," he said. "It was weird. Looked like the store. Me, standing at the desk. But there was someone behind me." I pulled a U-turn. "Unplug it," I shouted. "Now! Turn it off and leave it." He didn't answer right away. Then he whispered, "It's looking at me." The line went dead. When I got there, the shop was dark, closed, lights off, even though it was midday. The sign still read "Open" and the door was unlocked. I went in. The place was empty. No tech. No laptop on the counter. Just silence. Then I saw the monitor. It was on, showing the store from a high corner angle, like a security camera feed. And standing behind the counter, frozen, was the repair guy. His mouth was open, his eyes wide, but he wasn't moving, not blinking. And behind him, something tall, pale, thin limbs. A head cocked at a sickening angle. The screen flickered once, then went black. I didn't take the laptop. I didn't say a word. I left and never came back. That was 4 nights ago. Since then, I haven't touched a computer, haven't turned on my phone. I borrowed a neighbor's old radio just to hear noise that isn't digital. But today, when I got home, the folder was back, not on a screen, on my desk. A real physical manila folder, stamped in bold red ink, "Do Not Open." Inside was a single Polaroid of me, sitting in this exact chair, right now, and behind me, blurry but there, a figure, its mouth stretched open, its eyes black and hollow. And my laptop? It turned on by itself just now. The camera light is glowing, it's recording, and the file name on the desktop? Final entry.mp4. I closed the lid of my laptop and shoved it under my bed. I didn't even shut it down. I just wanted it gone. The room felt colder, like the screen had been radiating something sinister, and now the absence of its glow left a vacuum. But the quiet didn't last. From somewhere within the walls, I heard a soft click, like a camera shutter, then another. I stood completely still. Click. It was coming from inside the room. I turned slowly. My phone was face down on the desk. I hadn't touched it since before this all started. With dread pooling in my stomach, I picked it up. Front camera on. The screen displayed my face, only it wasn't quite right. My expression in the live feed didn't match the way I felt. The version of me on the screen was smiling slightly. I turned off the phone, heart hammering, and tossed it across the room. I wanted out. I grabbed a hoodie, my keys, and yanked open the door. Pitch black. Not the normal nighttime hallway darkness. This was like staring into an unlit cave. An abyss. My apartment building always kept motion sensor lights on. I waved my hand out into the darkness. Nothing. I stepped back, closing the door slowly, locking it, bolting it, chaining it. When I turned around, my laptop was back on the desk. Open. The screen showed a document titled Autosave Draft 2 Final Chapter. The file was filled with words already typed. It was describing my exact actions just now, word for word, step for step, even this moment, me staring at the screen. I slammed it shut again. But before I could move, I heard it. Typing. Not from the laptop, from under the bed. Click, clack, click. I dropped to my knees and slowly lifted the bedskirt. Empty. Then the typing stopped, then restarted, this time coming from my closet. I turned toward it slowly. The door was slightly ajar. I crept closer, feet like lead. The crack between the closet doors widened with each step. Just as I reached for the handle, the laptop screen burst to life again. A new folder appeared on the desktop, labeled Live Feed Cam 2. It opened automatically, showing footage. Me, right now, standing in front of the closet. But something was off. There was a figure behind me. I spun around. Nothing. my closet door was now wide open. And inside, the space was deeper than it should be. Way deeper. It looked like it extended back several feet, maybe more. The walls were darker than the rest of the room, matte black, absorbing light. I leaned closer and felt a breeze coming from within. A breeze. Then I saw movement, a shape darting further into the darkness. I grabbed my phone and shined the flashlight in. What I saw inside that closet wasn't a room. It wasn't even part of this building. It was a hallway, lined with mirrors, each mirror reflecting me, but not exactly. One version blinked a second too slow. One didn't blink at all. Another had dried blood under its nose, and all of them were watching me. I stepped back, heart thundering. The laptop pinged again. New message. Come in. Finish what you started. I should have left. I should have burned the damn laptop and moved across the country, but I didn't. I stood there, staring into that impossible hallway, and I walked in. As soon as I crossed the threshold, the closet door slammed shut behind me. I turned, tried to open it. There was no handle from this side, just smooth wall. I ran forward. The hallway twisted and stretched. The mirrors on either side now showed versions of me screaming silently. Some had different clothes. One looked like I hadn't slept in days. Another one looked dead. Ahead of me, a door appeared, white, unmarked. I pushed it open. Inside was my bedroom, exactly how I left it. Laptop on the desk, phone on the floor, but no me. I stepped inside and everything froze. The laptop pinged again. New folder, autosave, draft 3, complete. And then, nothing. No noise, no breeze, no typing, just silence. I walked to the desk and looked at the screen. There were only 4 words on it now. You were never real.